Okay, I notice from my little completed folder here that I'm just about to hit 16 gigs of videos. So I'm going to take it easy here. I'm going to fire up GIMP and look at my icons. And I'm going to have a think about how I've done. These first three parts don't have names, but can't really remember. I guess I was working on the length constraints. That's what I first remember. That was about 4 weeks ago, just under. It's going to be 4 weeks on Wednesday for 16 gigs and what will be 133 videos with one little short one. Well, one short one I recorded, basically 133, 132 maybe you could say. Anyway, the snapping guides. The first 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 videos just getting the guides working. The gradient editor, rendering to the data buffer, performing line clipping, debugging the line clipping. Yeah, all the way. Line debugging, line clipping. Really took ages. Mind you, these are only 45-minute videos. Let's say took ages. This has been like, a couple of weeks full-time work maybe. Lines, yeah, drawing the lines once the clipping's working. Actual gradient render, yep, gradient rendering. And there's, the first gradient renders. Now I'm doing almost all gradient renders. So yeah, extracting the renderer. Reorganizing huge bits of the code, remember. And just trying to get the external processes. Making the renderer work as an external process, having it communicate. FFmpeg, which I'd slightly had as a sort of process, but wasn't really working now. It kind of does work okay. And here it's me, up to 70 videos getting that. Still have problems. But eventually kind of settling down. Figuring out the video options, that was when it still looked like this, not very pretty. Still having problems with the rendering. All the log details, this seems really recent now. Dashed lines, few hours, about 2 or 3 hours just doing dashed lines. Working, improving the guides. Making the font better. Clean, new GUI font, which is much better. And it is much easier to add new fonts. Making more, this is me just going bang up to date, making the icons. Oh yeah, what on earth was that? Yeah, changing the windows, like the structure of how the windows were handled a little bit. Yeah. Oh wow, no, that's that. Gosh. Gradient field, for drawing the gradient button and in the gradient set editor. And there it is. Just a couple of bugs still, but working. Play button. The image viewer, that's interesting. That's 8, 10 videos, basically. Oh, I haven't got quite to the end there. Let's just see. Yeah. Maybe I did. So now, I think it's kind of looking okay. Let's see GIMP. Because it is looking okay. probably be a bit better. There's nothing in the font. So deeply suspicious of this. But anyway, doesn't matter. These are my icons. My mouse wheel probably is going to make me die. Where can I find zoom? View, zoom. Zoom in, plus, minus. Oh, I've got to use shift. Okay, well, yeah, I suppose that is where plus is, fair enough. Okay. Problems with icons. These ones I'm going to leave because I think I have a little icon border size thing. I may not. Well, I have an icon size thing. That might not be so good. Maybe I will have to fuss with these. I'll see. The main thing is this set. These two look okay, and these are 4 pixel wide lines, which seem quite good for scaling down, and they can be drawn quite big and look fine. These can also kind of be drawn quite big and look fine, but the lines are bad and would be better this width. And I feel pretty sure that there's an easier way to get GIMP to make lines that width, which are curving all over the place, probably using the path tool more cleverly than I have. And I'm going to start with this, I think. Maybe I'll try and make an angle, because let's face it, that should be just 2 lines or 3 lines. And here's the path tool. Now, let's think. Like, if I just draw out 2 lines, oops, I shouldn't have done that. And I will snap to grid, and I will show grid. Why would you assume I would want to? Why would you assume I would want to do that? And how do I tell the difference? Like, that is not it. Not that. That moves the law again. Like, I actually just want to move that spot. You know? So I'm just going to have to go all the way back to the start. This is not actually a relaxing way to spend time, is it? Anyway, here I am. Let's say that's what I want. What happens if fill path, solid color path? No, okay, forget that. Stroke path. Line width, 4 pixels. Solid color. Line style? I see. Interesting. Square. Miter limit. Oh, look at this. These guys have got real dashing. Stroke with paint tool. Stroke line. Okay, well. There we go. No, I don't want that. Why don't you just give me this? Okay, right, so I feel like I've figured something out. And yeah, so I should just use that. Except I'm a little bit uncertain. Like here, I'm just going all the way to the edges, occupying the whole space, so that is what I'll do. And I will not use this. I will use a keyboard. Honestly, it's not ideal. It's not ideal. Because I can't tell exactly... how do I put it? that's going to miss the edges. I can't. It allowed me to move at that time. I don't like the inconsistency, but so what happens if I do stroke path like that? Stroke. Well, yeah, I mean that's for sure. I guess that's how I'm going to do it. Oh no, what is it to redo? No, no, no. Control Y and do that again. I wish I knew like there, that's what I wanted to achieve. And then I will try and yeah, okay, remember. Don't hold down the button. That's for fools. And I'm just trying to estimate this. And I have a much easier time with my own curves, but I suppose this is letting me do a lot more than my curves do. Okay, can you do that? You see, I just don't think that's right. No, it's not. It looks better, to be fair. It does look better than mine. I mean, I can get in there and just remove that, but it's not ideal. It's not really what I want to do. Really, I want to be able to use my mouse wheel. Okay, well, honestly, that is better. It's more in keeping with these. Boy, oh boy. And I'm going to do something similar here. I'm going to zoom in. And I will start here. And I'll end. Oh no, this reminds me actually, I was going to do maybe something different for these. Because it's not really that sensible, that image. But then, what is in this case? It's like this is this add before and add after. What's that mean? Something vaguely more sensible would be, you know, an actual ball with a plus clearly on one side of it. It's still not that clear to me, that, honestly. It's like, how do you... maybe add after and add before are just daft. Maybe I should just have add after. Or, the other thing. Well... oh, the other thing is that I just, like, build into the worktop that just like the segments, when you move the mouse close to that green path indicator, it bloody well pops up a little green blob, and if you click it, that's you adding. It's a possibility. It's a little bit time consuming. It's not too bad, particularly if I'm only doing it to the currently selected corner path. But it's also increasing the amount of junk that can happen on screen. Already I find myself accidentally creating new corners. I don't think I want to do that. I think I want buttons to add them, and I like being able to add before and after, even though, you know, most of the time I just use one or the other. It doesn't make much difference. But there may... oh gosh, maybe I'll just get rid of it. Maybe I will. You know what, I really will. I think I'm making a choice. Because you can always just pay more attention to what you're selecting. adding after, the only thing you won't be able to do is like add after the first point. Add a point before the first one. But you can select the first point, add one after it, and shift the first one back. It's really not a problem. Or grab a hold of the first point, shift it back to, and yeah, I am gonna just make it add after. It's gonna be better. And I will be able, I think, to imply the pathiness of the thing you're adding by putting it on a curved path. And so I realise it would help a lot if I could use I maybe want it to go to somewhere like here and then pull it around like this, but have this bit move to there. Maybe not quite like that. Is that? No, it's going to move the whole thing. Okay, back to the start, forget it. Now it's letting me move it. How do I make sure that I get curve on screen and plus near the middle? My dog is making a sound, one sec. I want it to be clear that it's a curve, but the plus to be near the middle. I wonder if I should go for a wild curve. Yes, I should. I clearly should, and that is not going to work anymore, so back to the start. Bye. To there. Make it curve like this. And then spoil everything. And then make it curve like that. Stroke path. Do it. Get rid of the horrible things. Right. Now, I could put the plus directly on top, and I am tempted to do it. And why don't I just take this CV and think about plopping it right there and just removing a little bit of how much is the minimum I can remove. I wonder what it's like. I will have to do an experiment and see. Like if this little narrow strip of stuff is if that's really visible when the buttons shrunk to likely sizes. This, I am happy enough in a way with having a pair of things like this, but I want these lines to look better, obviously. And I think though that I will basically keep an aspect of these things, which is this aspect. Oh, don't get so fussy now. CV. And out of sheer laziness. God damn, I can't actually keep that aspect. Undo, undo. You guys stay there. And you come here, layer, transform, rotate 90. Oh, you just pack in, of course. That's fine. And then I will brace myself. Should I be trying to get this even? Does it really matter? Probably I should, shouldn't I? Everything else has turned out quite even. It's going to be doing this to me again, I know it is. And I'm going to get so bloody... Oh, behaved itself. Well, I should be trying to get it even. That's not going to be strictly possible because I'm a fool. Okay. I wish I could get rid of that bit, but okay, fine. I'm just going to, seeing as I've got one half right, I'm just going to go bang. Get me out of that tool. Rid of these pieces. Have I spoiled that edge? Probably. Oh, okay, yeah, I get you. I really don't want to switch off this snapping. I think I did spoil that edge, but I suppose I can just get myself out of a hole by doing that. Okay. Wonder if the fact I'm putting them off center will come back to bite me, probably. Will I just go for that? I will. Frame and this one I can basically just redo these lines. The frame, I'm just going to make it square. I'm going to take out the transparent parts of those two. They don't really add much. I am going to keep them more or less the same, just take it, and I'll just make the frame a simple square. I might have something already, but not really anything perfect. Excuse me. I am alive. Right. Sorry. No, idea how long that mic's been off. Sorry, future me. I don't know how well I'll be able to match this little bit of anti-aliasing is all I'm saying. I seem to remember there being a free selection. That's the other one that can be very useful. I wonder how that will be. Not that great, I would guess. That is extreme. Really not generally super violent, but when I see that little light pop on unexpectedly, and I think I'll just do this. Okay. And the frame, I will just make the simplest frame. It will look like this. Okay, now to get all these things in place and to feel myself going insane for a second. Right, the frame I will just do first. Then the angle I will do next. I'm not going to bother holding on to these. I'm not pleased with them or proud of them. These I will just shift in. Then this weird thing. Oh, my dog, you'd think she was experiencing a really serious trauma. Now, I am going to make this into add after, because that's the control I'm actually going to keep. And these two can be done as a unit. Daisy, you're a YouTube star. That is not quite. Oh no, it's. Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay, so that's these. I'll leave that thing there, it's not doing any harm. Right, I will save this. And I will turn off these things. And I'll export that as cursor, GUI icons, export, replace, export, thanks. Now, cheeky little thing. I think that just immediately I will remove the add before. I will leave the functionality of the add before button in, because one day maybe I'll decide I'm wrong. But all I really have to do to take it out is come here, I think, to new. Get down onto this. No, where am I? I'm somewhere totally daft. I'm in Pung Gadget. Close up, close up. Setup GUI, yeah. preview recursions, draw mode, guide frame, these ones down to insert after. This is just it, just need to remove insert before. And make this 3 and 3. And actually I will do this 1 second. Actually I'll make this numb or what? numcb corner buttons int equals 3. I hate doing this sort of thing, but I suppose it's necessary. numcb and numcb. Now, I think I think that that's pretty much it. We'll see. I still have the line height kind of slightly higher. Okay, the X is still terrible. These are much better, that's better. You could probably use a little sharp corner there, but never mind. The X I forgot to do, and I will do, because it's also right here looking ridiculous. Okay, X. And I'll do tick while I'm at it. These are groovy and kind of more appropriate for my cozy other thing. This is hardcore. End it. Maybe these should be broader though. They will also be what is let me just bump this up to 6. Don't really like that. Needs to be broader still and chunkier. And maybe I need to use a different. Okay, going to within 2. Oh man, I wish I could move that. I can. Stroke path 6. Line style. Joint style. That actually is what I want. Miter joints. Cap style. Butt. Round. Square. What's the difference between a butt and square? Do it. Let me actually see it. You call that a mitre? Hang on a sec. Something's going wrong there. Having to draw this out is actually bad because it's really easy to make mistakes. And that's, neither of those are great. Stroke, line style, mitre limit. Joint, convert to mitre joint. I think that is what I wanted. Probably that's what I wanted here actually. Don't know if I can be bothered redoing that. And this, what I don't like about it is how it's not, I should have pushed the line up to there because of where the things have ended up falling. Okay, I am going to try and occupy more of that space. Man, how can I... be able to see it. But actually I don't think it is quite right. I think this probably needs to be here. That will do. And I will do, I think, just the real simple. It's going to be a bit bigger than the tick, isn't it? I just don't know if I care. Yeah, they're doing. The tick is rubbish. Why is it so rubbish? I don't care. I hate to say it, but when I see the tick appearing, because I hardly ever use tick boxes, I don't like the way they look and line up in gadgets. I will have uses for them from time to time, though, for sure. I don't doubt. Okay, file, save, take away that. Anything else I want to do? This undo and redo is also, and so is this edit thing. All these things are more suited to my old bit of code. And I am probably going to have to put in an undo and redo quite soon because there's enough weird stuff going on. But anyway, export as GUI icons pung. And let's have another look. And how long have I been going on? 37 minutes. And I can't let this go on too long because I do want to keep the full, like I want to stay just under 16 gigs for this set of things. Okay, that's better. It's basic, but I prefer it. I mean, it's just consistent with the other things. And let me just make sure that this still just adds one after, yeah. And there, if I switch looping off, oops, I added one after. Just make sure that it is adding one. Why would I want to do that? Yeah, it's adding one towards the darker end. It's probably much easier to understand. And the loop works. There are little details about the orders of the drawing, order of the drawing of the spots and lines which I will come back to address. It would be much nicer if the line clearly passed over the front of the black outline, and that's easily doable. And I think that maybe the paths should pass in front, or at least the selected path maybe should pass in front of the segments, which is a strange thing, and it's going to mean that the work zone finished draw method is going to be peculiar. Yeah, and that X there is much nicer. But on the whole, this is, I think, much improved by these cleaner icons. I will redo that at some point. I have to sort this frame. That's the thing I haven't got round to. It needs to look better and have better corner controls. Even if I don't get round to making it animate for a while, the thing itself needs to look better. This little gap is annoying to me, and I may pluter with the arrange thing to try and get rid of it. But I think I will fix the frame next time.